Hey everyone, welcome back to Off Good Rooster. I'm Rooster. Just want to let you know the first two videos that I posted, on the first video, the video stopped. So that's why there's two parts to that first video. This is the upload for video number 3, where I'm going to start working on the doghouse. I took a rest. It's still the same day. It's Wednesday. The sun's going down. It's a lot cooler. I was taking care of a few things. Flies are going crazy, but they slowed down. Well, what I'm going to do now, I fed the goats, took care of the dogs, and I was going to show you what I'm going to be doing here. I hope you could see me well. I'm just going to pan down a little. This is the T-post I'm going to hammer in with a sledgehammer. I decided to not use the small hammer, the small sledgehammer, because it doesn't have enough force. So I'm going to try a larger sledgehammer. Let me get my stuff and I'm going to show you around, okay? Give me 1 second. All right, this is the small hammer. This is, I think, 3-pounder sledgehammer. And when I hit it, it goes in, but it goes in slow. So what I'm going to do is use this one, which is 16 pounds. See if I could go in. Yeah. Reason being, I'm using the sledgehammers because this is a T-post driver. If I try to drive it in through here, it hits the side and the handles don't let it go all the way in. So that's why I'm using these sledgehammers. It's easier, it's lighter with the smaller one, but it'll take me a longer time. This is heavy. I swing, it goes in further than the smaller one. Tomorrow's video is going to be, I'm going to put some wood and maybe start the cement if I don't do it today. I don't want to make long videos. All I have to do is go past this, and after the adobes fill up and I fill up the walls, it'll cover everything. That's that. Well, let's see if I can. That's good. Let me just tighten this one up a little bit more. See if I could do this one without hitting the wood. Once I put wire mesh around this and I fill up the inside with the adobe mixture that I'll make, when it dries, it holds onto this, and then I'll make like the stucco around the front. It's a long process, a lot of mixing, a lot of trial and error. I've done this. I went to Kentucky to learn about how to do adobe houses. Doing it in a bag, doing the clay is different than doing what I'm doing, but it's rock solid. Instead of buying cinder blocks, I'm using my own earth. I bought just straw, and I'm using not the regular Saccrete concrete mix. It's the Portland cement. I use the Portland cement. I put my dirt in there and everything that I need to increase. If I bought the Saccrete pre-made, it costs more in the long run than getting the Portland cement and mixing it yourself. Because it's so hot, what I'm going to do is liquefy it a little bit more. It takes a longer period of time to dry, but because of the heat, it'll dry up real quick, and I don't want it to dry up quick. If it dries up quick, it will crack. I was thinking of doing a dry pour, just put the mixture in there and then just pour water over it, but it's not going to be as stable and compact the way I want it to be. This is the reason why I go through all this. What I am going to show you is the level. Now, this is all done by eye. I do it by eye. I don't measure. I just use the same size pallets. These pallets weigh a lot. That's how I broke both of my toes, my big toes. I had them stacked about 5 foot high, and I was trying to pull one down, and I turned away, and Luna jumped from the back and tipped it, and it hit my toes, and it broke both of my toes. I wasn't going to the doctor. I'm stubborn. I know what they're going to do, you know, tape the two toes together. Well, I did that for a long time. It was painful, tolerant. It was turning my toe black. I thought it was getting necrotic. It was the toenail. It took a while. It took like about, I think, a year before that toenail came out. And when it grew back, it was deformed. So that's what I struggle with on my left foot. My right foot is doing a little better. The nail is deformed too, but not as bad as the other one. I could stand up. I exercised while I was doing. I was biting my lip just to go through the pain and get used to it, so I could keep moving forward. It worked. I'm working. I could jump up and down. You know, I could do all the normal things. But every once in a while, I gotta stop. So let me show you first the level on this, what I'm trying to plan out. This is my long level, and I'm going to show you. What I'm trying to do is get that bubble right in between this first line, okay? I don't want it this way because that means it's going up higher. I don't want it too far down, which is okay, but if the water flows fast, it bypasses the gutter. It misses the gutter, so it has to be a perfect level, like that one that I made for the goats, so it could flow in to the gutter and I don't lose anything, any splashing or any of the other water that comes in. So I put a 2x4 right here to lift this side up, which I want. Now I have to gradually bring it down. This pallet alone is almost to the middle of the first line. What I am going to do is use one of these boards, the thinner boards, and bring it up. So I'm going to take a long board that I have, which is this one, and I'm going to slide it. I'm going to pick this up and slide it all the way down. So this part and this part will hit, and then this pallet and this pallet will hit, evening out everything. First, I got to make sure this is the same height as this. Once that's done, then I could slowly incline it down. It worked over there, but over there I had room up on top and I could put joists. Here I'm not using joists. I'm using these blocks, nailing everything on the blocks and on the board, and then covering it up. Once all the nails are in, the screws, and I put the water catchment metal on top, it'll secure everything. This is going to be screwed into the boards, and I don't have to put any joists because I have them all here. And all I have to do is, once I put it in, take the metal roofing, put it on top, and screw into these blocks right here. You have blocks on here, you have it in the middle, and you have it on that side. That's why I wanted to use this one. They're thicker blocks, heavier duty blocks. The other pallets come like this. The other pallets I have come like this. I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to move it over here. This wood is cracked. It's not as protected as those. Those are painted, so it stays a little bit more solid. The ones that are broken, I will replace. And this is thinner than these blocks. So when I hit this, since it's cracked this way, and I put my screw in, all this will crack and it's not going to serve my purpose. That's why I use those heavy blocks. This one is a lot lighter. A lot lighter. This one, I have trouble lifting it up and throwing it up there like if it was nothing. Well, you'll see me when I do the other videos. But it'll work. Right now, it's solid. I can't shake it, just like that thing. The T-post does most of the work, and the concrete on the bottom does most of the work. The boards that I put across to tie each one forward will be straight and attached on this side. When I use the cement, I'm going to go inside, and every place there's a block, I'm going to be throwing cement. So it'll hold the bottom and it'll hold this block. It's not going anyplace. If it does, let the wind take it. But it's been working fine. The more weight, when I put metal on top, when I put the screws on top, when I put the T-post, it adds weight to the top. There's always a way to build something. Now, of course, a hurricane is going to take it away. I mean, a tornado will take it away. The winds are ridiculous. But it's far in between. I think 3 years ago we had a tornado here, and it picked up a whole how do you call it, shelter, tipped over and twisted container that was built with shade and everything. So that's not going to stop it. By the time it comes, either I'm gone or you know, it'll still be standing up. I'll see if the adobe does help, because each bag is going to be, or each section, it should be about 12 inches wide, maybe 13, 14 inches long. A regular bag would be, they would weigh over 100 pounds. So if I did it by bag, it's one bag, fill it up 3/4 of the way, uh, you fold the end, tuck it in underneath, and put it down. And then after you do it, you have to tap it until it's flat and it's even and it's level. And then you take barbed wire, 4 prong, and zigzag it on top of that first layer of the bag. Once that, you start the process all over, layer by layer by layer by layer. So you can imagine how many thousands of bags I'm going to have to fill to do that. That might be done on the house that I'm going to build. This is for the animals. For my house, I'm going to take all the precautions and everything that I learned in Kentucky, in the books, from people, from the Indians here in Terlingua. Their adobe bricks are still standing up. Houses are still standing up. So it is amazing product if you mix it right. You have to protect it from the sun, so you have to work fast, and you have to work while it's hot, because that's what dries up. The clay that's in here, the bentonite, everything dries it up. You keep it in the bag to give it form. I don't want to do the bricks because then I'm going to scatter all the bricks around here. I have to let them dry, flip them over, let them dry again, flip them over, let them dry again until they get hard. That takes weeks to do. The easiest way is do the bags, cover the bags with a tarp so the UV lights do not dissolve the bags itself. As propylene, polypropylene bags, sandbags. And that's the way I'm going to go about doing it. I was going to start and use it for a doghouse. I was going to do it by bag with doghouse. I said, this is going to take too long. By the time I finish, it'll be 2055. You know, it's going to take a long time. I'm working as fast as I can. That's why I do 6 projects at one time, because I really want to get to the house. I want to relax. I want to do things. I'm still relaxing, don't get me wrong. But that's this part. Let me get back to, because I'm rattling. That's that part. Now I'm going to show you the front part. The front part that I did here. This wall, from my view, that the way I looked at it, it wasn't straight. It didn't look straight. I straightened it out the best possible, and I leveled it by eyesight. I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to see how far off I am. Not too far off. Now, if you look at it, the bubble on this should be right in the middle. I don't know if you can see it, but it's almost touching that line, and it's between both of these two lines. For me, that's good. That is good. Now, I'm going to try, because that's these two here. I'm just going to move it over a little bit, see if it changed. A fraction off on the first one that I did. You can see it. Now it's perfectly in the middle of both. I'll be between both lines. I've got a pretty good eye when it comes to lines and building stuff. I depend on my vision. It's got to look good. It can't go wobbly, wonky, and all that stuff. So the next video, it's either the concrete, or I'm going to put more boards in there to get all this level. What I prefer is get the T-post in, because I still have to work on this side. I have to anchor this piece to this piece, because this is the only piece that's still shaky. This will tie it into this. It's going to be cemented down here. It's going to be cemented down there. There's going to be boards coming down on this side, and the bin board is going to be on top. It's going to be nailed down to the blocks. And T-post is going in right through there, holding this part and the same thing on that side. So I start on one side and work my way around. Take one off, put it back on, because I already have the level in my mind how it's going to work. You know, how even it is. My hair is naturally curly, so it just floats around like a Medusa, the snakehead. Oh. But this is the video. Don't forget, like, subscribe. This is part 3. Part 4 will be coming out soon. I'm going to try to see if I do it tomorrow. I don't know if I do it during the daytime, but I'll try my best. Like, subscribe. These flies, they're going to turn my camera off again. Like, subscribe, check out the pages. You know what to do. And believe in yourself. You could do it. If I could do this, and I'm a city boy. I'm from up north. And this is what I learned from my dad, from family members, from friends. And when I got here, I even learned more. And then I incorporated all that what's in here. It works. If you want it to work, you make it work. You try your hardest to make it work. If it doesn't work, that's everything in life. It's not just this, not just building. Everything that you come across in life, you know, sometimes you got to let go, take a breath, walk away, come back, take a look again, and see what you're doing. A lot of people think I'm crazy. I did this backwards. I got the animals before I got the stuff in here. But it's working out for me. I will make it work. The goats got their pen. This might serve for the dogs now. But if those goats have babies, I have ample time to put, how do you call it, a gate so they can have 2 pens. And then I'm going to have to start all over again for the dogs. But this pen is going to be pretty long. It's going to be maybe, let me tell you. You see this first berm right here? That has to be covered with dirt. That's a berm like I did for my pond. I'll take all this and move it all the way to the second one. Second one is a straight line all the way across. What I'm going to do is, that's going to be my final destination. I'm going to reach to this point right here, right past the first berm after I move this, and that's where the posts are going to go, perpendicular to these posts. And then I have a good sized run, about the same size as this goat pen, maybe a little larger. But I have to think ahead, and that's what we do. I try to do like a circle. If I do this, what's going to happen if I do this? Is this going to happen? If that happens, then if I have to go back. So I make a whole complete circle until in my mind, when I do a project, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Most of the time it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I forget something. Sometimes my head gets jumbled. I think of something, and when I go to sleep, my mind does not shut off at all. I'm up and down, writing things that I remember or that I think. I have these notebooks, school notebooks, and I write everything down. I log in my days. So, you know, I could have records, and my family could have records. My kids could have records of what I did and what empire I built. So, and I hope you enjoy these videos. Again, you can do this. Do it with your job, do it with anything. You know, if you're tired of your job, think about it. Take the next step. Get a job first before you leave that job. That way you have something in your pocket. But just don't quit because you don't like it, or you don't like the boss, or somebody's arguing with you or something like that. Brush it off your back, off your shoulders, and just keep on going. You have a, a plan. Get that plan in motion. Carry it out to the end. If you see it's taking a left turn or a right turn, adjust until you get what you want. So, with that, I'll let you go. Don't forget, like, subscribe, please. Check out those pages. You have a good day.